the villain cliche that he is, James has to toy with his food until Edward comes along to save Bella. Naturally. A fight ensues, and even that's boring until James bites Edward, or Bella, on the arm, which passes some kind of venom towards her, and then the rest of the family shows up to help out. Now, it turns out the only way to kill these non-vampires is to rip their head off, tear their body parts, and burn them, which the family proceeds to do so. Somehow. Oh well, at least it should look pretty cool. Oh, come on! I don't care about that! Go back to the ripping and the burning. That was one of the best parts, if not the best part of the movie so far. Instead, all we get is clips of Edward sucking, and the rest of the family... worshipping the fire? Oh, whatever. After all this crap, we find Bella recovering in a hospital bed with her mother standing over her. Now, how do they try to explain why all the horrible bruises she just had?
Then you tripped. And you fell down 2 flights of stairs. Went through a window.
Oh, she fell down 2 flights of stairs and fell through a window. That clumsy piece of shit, Bella. I love the fact her mom laughed about it. Your daughter almost died. Show some compassion, woman! And, wait, what was that on the TV in the background? Go back to that for a second.
It's Phil. He's so worried about you. Yeah. I told him to stay down in Florida.
What? That's the movie! This movie! We just saw that! That's the video James took, Bella falling down the stairs, which we just saw 2 seconds ago, and then the family dancing around the fire. What the hell? What? Did they seriously think we wouldn't notice that? You know, we need a scene for the TV in the background, but we can't come up with anything. What should we do? Oh, just go ahead and put scenes we just filmed on there. No one will notice. Well, guess what? I noticed. I'm onto your game, Miss Hardwick, and I don't appreciate your ruse. Sadly, though, the movie's still not over, as we have to go to prom. And once again, Jacob shows up with a very important message from his father.
He wants you to break up with your boyfriend.
That's a little weird.
I leave you alone for 2 minutes, and the wolves descend.
Get it? 'Cause he's really a werewolf. So, that's it, right? I mean, there's nothing else.
Wow, you are really trying to kill me.
Prom is an important rite of passage. I don't want you to miss anything.
Oh.
Sweet monkey Jesus, when will this movie end?
Edward, why did you save me? You just let the venom spread. I could be like you right now.
You don't know what you're saying.
I really miss Helmet.
And you're ready right now?
Yes.
Dude, you're gonna do it there, in front of people? Oh, of course not. Well, at least this is the end, finally, and we know they all live happily ever after. Or do they? Well, like I said, that's finally where the movie ends. God, that was unbearable! I mean, the best way I can really think of how to describe about watching this movie, the best way to sum it up would be, yeah, that's about right. And it's bad enough when a movie sucks, but when it's long It drags on. It's almost like torture. And make no mistake about it, anytime Bella and Edward were on the screen together, it was long. It just dragged forever and ever, and there was no chemistry between the two at all. Of course, this may have something to do with the fact that the actors apparently hated the story and their characters. So, I mean, not that I really blame them, because it's bad. I do, however, blame them for taking the roles. Now, I know that may seem harsh, but acting is really one of the few professions in the world where you can actually pick and choose what you want to do. If they really hated it this much, they really should do it again. So no, they get no sympathy from me. Now, as to the story itself, there was none. It was all about Edward and Bella's perfect love for each other. Everything else was completely tossed by the wayside. Anything that made it interesting, seemingly, for a second, was gone. There were no character development. There's just nothing. And it's really what frustrates me the most. I mean, I don't mind romance stories. I've written them. But you can't ignore everything else in that world just for the main couple. Especially when they're dull, pointless, one-dimensional characters like Edward and Bella. It just doesn't sell the couple or the story. It's just dumb. Now, I know I'm getting on a bit of a tangent here, but there's just at least one of the massive plot holes I have to point out in this thing. And this is a pretty damn big one. If the vampires in this world can't be destroyed by sunlight, if humans can't kill them, if the Cullens are the only ones who are the vegetarian vampires, then why isn't the world overrun by vampires? I mean, that's always one of the big selling points about vampire stories. The reason they're not in control of the world is they can't go out during the day. That's what made Blade so special. If all they do is sparkle, then we should all just be cattle for the fucking vampires. Of course, I guess they can get away with that since, you know, these aren't fucking vampires! Vampires do not sparkle in the sunlight! When a vampire is exposed to sunlight, this happens. And this, that's what happens. They burst into flames. But again, I guess that's my fault for thinking these sparkly bastards are vampires, because they're not. This is a vampire.
Get away from me.
And this is a vampire.
Join my legion of the undead.
And hell, even this is a vampire. And I'll get to that last one later. So really, that's my biggest complaint of the whole thing. If Stephanie Meyer had called them anything but vampires, then maybe I'd forgive her. Of course, it still wouldn't make up for the fact that this story sucks the big red hairy balls of Satan. And speaking of Stephanie Meyer, there are a few candid words I want to say to her.
We're sorry. Due to circumstances beyond...
No! Bring it back here! I'm not finished! I will not be silenced. This is America, and I can say what I want. So in that vein, Stephanie Meyer, you... doctor to pull it back out again. Yeah, I said it. I'm the movie Mobster. I put bad movies where they belong. 6 feet under. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some sparkly, non-vampire ass to kick!